Alright, hey everybody, welcome to the next video. We're going to look at today, we're going to look at writing and solving angle pair equations in order to find missing angle measurements. Now these missing angle measurements are angles that are created when two parallel lines are cut by a transversal. This is just a continuation of what we've been doing. The last video we did, remember we set up the angle pairs and we told about the angle pairs and we had the actual measurement. And I said just find it according to what the angle pair is asking you. Well, with this one, we're going to take it a little bit step further. We're actually going to look at the actual equations, solve the equations, find the missing value, and then figure out what the angle measurements are exactly. Okay, so let's see how this kind of works. So this is kind of a maybe a review just a little bit. The five angles that we talked about mainly are supplementary angles, alternate exterior angles, alternate interior angles, corresponding angles, and vertical angles. Well, remember, supplementary angles is the one that's done a little bit different than the other four. Alternate exterior are my outside matches, alternate interior are my inside matches, and then corresponding are my same side matches on the transversal. They're same side of the transversal, they're in the same spot at two different intersections. And then my vertical angles, remember we talked about, are diagonal matches at the same intersection. Okay, so remember these four are done the same way. They are basically the same. They are congruent angles. Okay, supplementary angles are a little bit different. They're their own kind of animal. Remember, supplementary angles are two or more angles added together that would equal 180 degrees. And we kind of gave ourselves a little hint. What we're looking for, we're trying to find these here. We're looking for one obtuse angle plus one acute angle. Okay, remember, one angle more than 90 degrees plus one angle less than 90 degrees. Okay, so that's what we're looking for when we're solving these problems. So let's just kind of take a look, see what it looks like. All right, here's our first set. Parallel lines cut by this transversal. We have a parallel lines here cut by this diagonal transversal. Well, we have one angle created where we know the measurement of this angle is 59 degrees. We know this angle is 11x degrees. Well, what I don't know is what is the value of x. So we're going to set it up. Remember, doesn't matter. You can do it either way. I'm just going to go ahead and do it this way. 59 plus 11x, because that's angle 1 plus angle 2. Remember, the definition was added together. Angle 1 plus angle 2 equals 180, right? Because that's what the measurements are. All right, so remember, we talked about this day. Some of you are visual learners. I'm a visual learner. I like to see stuff like this. It kind of helps me isolate things. It helps me pick out some things that I need to look at. Well, if I look up here, I see this variable. I put a box around it. It has a variable with it, so it's different than the other two. So what I need to do is get these two on the same side, opposite of the variable. Well, to do that, I need to move this 59. Well, to do that, I want to make sure I take the opposite of 59. If this is adding of 59, then I'm going to subtract the 59. Well, I'm going to do it on both sides of the equation. That makes that 0. So I'm left with 11x is equal to, if you take your calculator, you should get 121. Okay, so now we have accomplished our goal so far of separating variables from numbers, right? Variables on this side, numbers on this side. Well, I'm not quite finished because I have a number still tied to this variable. It is being multiplied. What this is saying is 11 times some number will give me 121. I want to know what that is. Well, to undo multiplication, I'm going to divide. All right, so all I'm doing is dividing. This goes away. I'm left with x is equal to 121 divided by 11 is 11. All right, so this is my actual value for x. To find out this actual angle measurement right here, all I'm going to do is take out this x. I'm going to substitute this number right here, the value I just found for x. I'm going to substitute it right here. So 11 times 11 is 121. Now, if I did this correctly, when I add this angle plus that angle, I should get 180 degrees, which I do. So that means we have found the correct value of x. Okay? See how it works? All right, let's try another one. Let's step it up just a little bit. Now we have the same thing. We have an obtuse angle and we have an acute angle. And before we even get started with this, I know this is backwards. This one should be here and this one should be here. I know some of you are very smart and have already seen that. And I apologize for that mistake, but still I want you to understand we're still looking at one acute, one obtuse. All right, so we're going to call this angle 1. We'll call this one angle 2. So let's set it up. Angle 1, okay, this is angle 1 plus angle 2. is equal to 180 degrees. All right? So now we can start combining our like terms. Everything's set up so we have a box around this variable. And again, I like to see these circles. It's just me. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. Some of you liked it today. Some of you said, I don't really need that. Okay, well, if you don't, that's cool. Well, if I notice here, all of my variables are in a box on this left side. I see I have two circles that I can combine. So let's go ahead and combine these two. When I add these two together, I get 140. Well, I'm going to add that 2x to it is equal to 180. Okay, so now again, I'm still trying to isolate. Notice I keep circling these signs. That's very important that you include the sign with the number, okay? So now I need to move this because here my x's are here, so I still want to move this over here. So I'm going to take the opposite. Guys, y'all watch right here. When I move this, I need to take the opposite of this. So if I'm adding 140, I need to be subtracting 140. Okay, the opposite of that. These signs right here, when you move something, no matter if you move it from right to left or left to right, those signs should be opposite of each other. All right, so 140 here, cross that out, that's 0. 2x is equal to 40. All right, we're almost done. So this is saying 2 times what number? Most of you right now can tell me 20 before I go any further, but we're going to do it the long way. Okay, so we're going to divide by 2. X gives me 20. All right, there we go. So x is the value. And I know a lot of you have already yelled out and hollered out that this should be 55 because 180 minus 25 should give me 55. But we're going to sit up here and we're going to do it this way. We're going to find out the value by substituting this 20 all the way over here into that x. So 2 times 20 plus 15 gives me 40 plus 15, which is 55. And again, if I check this, 125 plus 55, that does give me 180, so we're good here. All right, so all you're doing is that's the key. The whole key is right here. That plus sign between these two angles, because these are supplementary angles, is the key to this whole problem. Okay, let's try one more. All right, now we got a little different problem here, and I think I may have made a mistake on this one. I hope I didn't, but let's see. If I set this up, I have angle 1 as an obtuse angle, and this one is acute. So we're going to say 1, we'll say 2. All right, so let's set it up. Angle 1, 4x plus 45. Here's the key. Added to 5x minus 18, and they should add up to give me 180 degrees. Okay, notice I drew my river. That's the first thing I do every time. Okay, that separates the left side from the right side. Okay, that's a visual. Circle. Oh, excuse me, that gets a box, doesn't it? Box, circle, circle. All right, well, if I look over here, I see I can't move anything yet because I can, but I want to do some combining. Well, if I look right here, here's a box, here's a box. There's two variables. I'm going to add these because this says add to it. So 4x plus 5x is 9x. This integer is 45. Now, this says take away 18. So 45 minus 18 is 27. Don't y'all love how I did it without that calculator? Okay. All right. So now, box, circle, circle. Now, again, here we go again. Now, we need to move something. Well, in this case, all of my variables are on the left side of the equation. I want my numbers to go to the other side, so I need to move this. So the opposite of plus 27 is minus 27. All right, so if I set that up, this goes away. I have 9x is equal to, if I remember correctly, this one should be 153. Okay, 10 minus 7 is 3, 7 minus 2 is 5, so we're good. All right, now the last step, 9 times some number. That's what I'm trying to find. What is this number that I can multiply times 9 to give me 153? Well, the opposite of multiplication, the way you undo multiplication, is division. All right, so if I do this, I have x is equal to, and I know this is 17, but I just want to make sure. Let's see. 153 divided by 9 should give me 17. Okay, so the value of x is 17. Well, that just tells me the value. That doesn't tell me my angle measurements. So I'm going to come right over here. Angle 1, we're going to write the equation, 4x plus 45. Okay, we're going to take this 17 and we're going to substitute it right there. 4 times 17. Notice I'm using parentheses now, not the letter x anymore because we have a variable. all right, plus 45. All right, so let's take our calculator. 4 times 17 is 68 plus 45 is 113. Okay, so that means the measurement of angle 1 is 113. Oh, so look at that. I didn't even mess it up. It's right. I got the right one in the right spot. Lucky me. All right, let's try angle 2. Well, angle 2 is 5x minus 13. Well, we're going to take that same 17 and we're going to plug it right there. 5 times 17 minus 13. Okay, I'm sorry, 18. I'm glad I caught myself. Got stuck on that 13 up here. So 5 times 17 minus 18. Let's see what the calculator tells us. 5 times 17 is 85 minus 18 gives me 67. Okay, so it's telling me that this angle here, angle 2, is 67 degrees. Well, to make sure, I can add these two together. 113 plus 67, that's 10, 6, 7, 8, 180. So look at that, we're good. All right, man, you guys are doing a fantastic job. I'm hoping, even though I'm not asking you to, I'm hoping you guys are kind of stopping this as you go along. And you're saying, all right, let me try this first and see if I get it right. That's what I want you to do with these videos. Watch them, but I also want you to take the time to stop it and try a little bit on your own and then come back and check, okay? All right, let's go to the next one. All right, now we're going to be working on the other 4 types. And here's the good thing about these things. Vertical angles, alternate exterior, alternate interior, and corresponding. They are all congruent angles, which means they are equal to each other. These equations, every one of these will be set up the same way. And you're going to set them up now. The equal sign now is going to be between the 2 angles. It's going to be angle equals angle. Okay? So you don't have to worry about the 180 anymore. Okay? So anytime you tell me 180, you need to see the word supplementary somewhere. All right, so let's identify what we have. Well, if I look here, I have an obtuse angle and an obtuse angle. These angles are inside the parallel lines, right? They're on the inside of the parallel lines, but they're on opposite sides of the transversal. So what I have here are alternate, one more. Alternate interior, because they're inside, right? Angles, or as y'all say in class, AIA, right? So get in the habit of saying alternate interior, but know you're both of them, okay? So if I set this up, these are equal to each other, so that's the way I set them up. Angle 1, we'll say this is 1, and we'll say this is 2. Angle 1 is equal to angle 2. All right, so let's find out. Same now with just a one-step equation. I want to find out what the value of x is, so I'm going to get rid of that 14. So I have x is equal to, let's just see, it should be 7. I hope it is anyway. Let's see. 84 divided by 14 is, 6, excuse me. X is 6, okay. I thought it was 7, my fault. All right, so we have 6. All right. So now that is the value of x, okay. So let's go over here and see right quick just to make sure. So if I put in my calculator 14 times 6, it should give me 84. And I think we just did that, but let's make sure just in case. 14 times 6 is 84. So when I do that, because they are congruent, if that angle measure equals that angle measurement, then you're correct. Okay, so the value of x is 6. That makes that value 84. Okay, see how it works? Okay, remember, here's the key right here. Where's your equal sign? Your equal sign is in the middle. All right, next one. Step it up a notch. What kind of angles do we have here? Well, they're on the same side of the transversal, so they can't be alternate anything, right? Remember how we talked about tell me what it's not, you tell me what it is? They're at 2 different intersections, so they can't be vertical. They are one obtuse, the other one is obtuse, so they can't be supplementary. So what are we left with? You're left with, let me change colors right quick. You're left with, on this one, you're left with, I still didn't change colors, sorry. Oh, wrong way. You're left with, on this one, corresponding angles. C-O-R-R-E-S-P-O-N-D. Corresponding angles, okay? But again, here's the good thing about this. So let's call this angle 1, we'll call this angle 2. They're easy to set up because angle 1 is equal to angle 2. See how it works? The equal sign is in the middle. Just find the 2 angles, put an equal sign. All right, so box, circle, circle after I draw my river. Now watch this one. This is a different one than we've been doing. We've been having to subtract. Well, now look, now I'm taking away 14. So to move it, I have to add 14. Again, notice these two signs right here are different because I'm moving this number. So if I add 14, I have to add 14, right? Cross it out. So I have 3x is equal to 84. All right, well, 3 times some number. Well, to undo that, we're going to divide. So I have 3 times 84. So I have 84 divided by 3 gives me 28. So x is 28. That's the value of x. Well, all we're going to do, and I'm going to be a little lazy this time, I'm going to go right here. I'm going to plug it right there. So 3 times 24, 3 times 28 minus 14. Hopefully it's going to give me 70, but let's see. Okay, so 3 times 28 is 84 minus 14. Look at there. There's my 70. That's what I was looking for. 70 equals 70. Okay, so we've done right here. That means my value of x is correct and my math is correct. Okay, great job with that one. Great job recognizing. Okay, I think I got 2 more, but then we're going to call it a day. Okay, all right. A little bit different here. Now we've got 2 variables. All right, but notice what we've got. What do y'all see? These are at the same intersection. Okay, so that knocks out a whole bunch of those other ones, right? It knocks out alternate interior, it knocks out alternate exterior, and it knocks out corresponding. All I'm left with is supplementary or vertical. Well, this one is obtuse, this one is obtuse, so it can't be supplementary. So guess what we're left with? We're left with vertical angles. All right, these angles are diagonal matches at the same intersection. All right, so we're going to set this up. We're going to say this is angle 1 and this is angle 2. Again, it doesn't matter. You can write it either way. But the key is, where does that equal sign go? Well, 2x plus 35 equals 3x plus 7. All right, so see how we did this? There's my equal sign. There's my river. All right, so I have a box, I have a circle, I have a box, I have a circle. All right, so I need to put the boxes on one side, my circles on the other. Well, this is my smaller variable, and we talked about that today. I don't want you, I try to avoid dealing with negative numbers if possible. Nothing wrong with them, but if I can, I'm going to move this small variable to this big variable. Okay, the 2 is less than 3, so I'm going to move this whole thing. The opposite of 2x is minus 2x. Please make sure you're taking that x with you, because if you just put the 2, if I cover this up, you're just trying to tell me the opposite of multiplication is subtraction, and that's not correct. Okay, so this is going to go away. I didn't do anything to the 35, so just bring it straight down. Now, 3x minus 2x is 1x. Bring down your 7 because I didn't touch it. All right, so now I have a circle, I have a box, and I have a circle. Well, let's move. We see what's here. This is the odd shape. The variables are on the right, so my numbers on the left. So the opposite of plus 7 is minus 7. Goes away, so I have 1x is equal to 28. Now, most of you can say right now I'm done, and you are, but remember, if we have a number in front of the variable, we're not done. And this one's not going to change anything for the fact that it's a positive 1. But we're going to go ahead and divide that by 1 anyway, just to get rid of it. X is, and technically you still don't get rid of it, it's still there. 28 divided by 1 is 28. The reason I want you to do that is sometime later on this year, we're going to start dealing with negative numbers in front of our variables, and we got to make sure we are dividing it all the way out till we get down to that last number. Okay, if you have a number in front of a variable, you're not finished. Okay, even though that is a 1. All right, so the value of x is 28. Well, let's see what we have up here. All I'm going to do is take my equation 1, 2x plus 35. Well, we're going to take this value right here, plug it right in. 2 times 28 plus 35. All I did was substitute the value of x. Okay, so 2 times 28 is that, plus 35 gives me 91. So that value is 91 degrees. So this angle should be 91 degrees. If we did this right, this one's going to be 91 degrees. So let's see right here. 3x plus 7. Again, all I'm going to do is substitute right here. 3 times 28 plus 7. All right, let me move over here and we can see. All right, 3 times 28 is 84, plus 7 is 91. Woo, go ahead, guys. Y'all got that right, too. Good job. I mean, you guys were knocking these out of the park today. That's awesome, okay? So now, 91 degrees, vertical angles, congruent. Man, look at all that work. You guys are doing an awesome job. If you can fill that in, man, you're going to have a ball on this test and a ball on the milestones, okay? All right, I think there's one more. Uh-oh, this is a pretty big one right here. Look at those big numbers right there. Guess what? It ain't going to matter. Excuse me. It does not matter. Let me correct myself. All right? Same concept. Let's identify the angle pairs. Well, I noticed they're on the opposite sides of the transversal, so that knocks out corresponding. All right? So they can't be in the same spot. So we're down to the other ones. Well, both of them are on the inside, so that knocks out alternate interior. Both of them are obtuse angles. That knocks out supplementary. So we're down to vertical or alternate exterior. Well, vertical would be at the same intersection. Well, these are at two different intersections. So what I have is outside matches, angles on the outside that match. Okay, outside matches opposite sides of the transversal. So what I have here are alternate exterior angles, or as you guys have been saying in class, AEA. Please don't forget. Don't write that on the milestone. It's alternate exterior. Okay, hint, hint. All right, so let's go. Angle 1, angle 2. You guys are hanging with me pretty good. It's last one, and we're going to get out of here for the day, okay? All right, angle 1. Here's the key. Watch this. Watch this. Angle 1 plus angle 2. And guys, all I'm doing, I know y'all have seen me do it. I still want to refresh your memory. I took this whole angle, wrote it here, added a plus sign, and wrote this whole angle right beside it. Now, since they are, and I backed up. Look what I did. I'm glad I caught myself before I went too far, because I was about to mess this up big time. Okay, because I was trying to set up supplementary, wasn't I? Thank you for catching that. So let's fix it real quick. This is alternate exterior. So we're going to set these up equal to each other, guys. I apologize. It's getting late in the day. All right, so we're going to set it up equal to each other. Thank you for whoever caught that before I got to going that far. You guys are awesome. Okay, so 8x plus 84, because I know some of y'all caught that. So we're going to draw our river. Now let's watch this. Here we go. You ready? Now we got our boxes and our circles. Now we got to do a little moving around. Again, I don't mind you doing it either way you want to do it. Just for me, I like to move small variables to big variables just to avoid a negative variable if I can. Nothing wrong with negative numbers. We can do it. You're mathematically sound. It'll still work. Here's my smaller variable. Here's a 12x. Here's 8x. This is smaller. I'm going to move it. The opposite of plus is minus, right? This is going to go away. I didn't do anything to the 84, so bring it straight down. All right? Have not touched the 52, so bring it down with its sign. All right? So now 12x minus 8x is 4x. So we've combined our like terms, and we have come out with 4x plus 52 equals 84. Well, box, circle, circle. Oops, I put a box when I said circle, put a box. All right? So now we're going to separate. Here are all my variables. So let's move this guy over here, the opposite of plus 52. I'm going to draw the opposite sign. Same number, just opposite signs. All right? It goes away. So I have 4x is equal to, that would be what, 32? 84 minus 52, yep, 32. All right, last step, divide by the number. What that's saying is 4 times what number is 32? Well, I know y'all said 8. I heard y'all yell it out over the radio, over the computer. But we got to do it this way. Still 8. You still got it right. Good job. All right. Now let's prove. Hopefully, let's prove that this is the right number. Well, we're going to take angle 1. Angle 1 is 12x plus 52. Well, we're going to take that 8. We're going to plug it in right there. 12 times 8 plus 52. Let's see what we got with that one. 12 times 8 plus 52. 12 times 8 is 96 plus 52 is 148. All right, so this is 148. Hopefully this one will be 148. Let's see. All right, here's angle 2, so 148. So we have 8x plus 84. Take your 8, stick it right here. All right, so we have 8 times 8 plus 84. Look at all those 8s. My gracious. All right, so 8 times 8 plus 84. So 8 times 8 is 64 plus 84. Woohoo, look at that, 148. Man, we rocked this one out, didn't we? Okay, so 148. All right, so this one's 148. That one's 148. So we have proved their congruency. We have proved it because these two angles are congruent. So we have proved our alternate exterior angles are congruent up there. Okay, guys, that's a lot of work. It really is. I know it is, and I appreciate you doing all the hard work. And I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, let me know. If there's anything else you want to change, let me know. We'll work on that in class. If not, you guys have a great day. Remember, homework tonight is 1 through 10 on your study guide, and your test is Tuesday for this whole unit, okay? Have a great evening.